And that's what kicked off the divorce tint. Because her two conniving parties, for whatever reason, chose that moment to convince her to file for divorce, and that they would make it super easy by handling all the paperwork. But like, she told one of them that she thought I was a vampire. It was the lawyer. And he said, that's crazy. And he didn't say like, that's crazy, like you're crazy. He meant like, damn, it's wild that he's a vampire. Like, he didn't disagree. He didn't say, are you okay? You mean figuratively, right? You mean figuratively he's a vampire, right? But that made that period incredibly hard. She snapped out of it, but there's still moments where I raise my eyebrow figuratively. One of them even happened today while we were watching Zootopia 2. She saw the lynxes, who are the bad guys in the film, and she goes, that's exactly like how certain societies exert control over people today. And I just looked across at her, and I smiled, and then, I just squeezed her hand. It's like, I don't disagree with that, right? It's like, yes, there are probably currents of control embedded in families or organizations or secret societies that exert some control. Yes. But like, what the hell relevance does that have relative to the movie and seeing something that is like just a tiny bit potentially evocative? And then at one point, okay, ready? There was a closet that we don't use as much in this house. And I went to it and the door was jammed. I couldn't open the closet door. And I was like pulling. And then you hear and what happened is I pulled the door, one of the hinges out of the door frame. And then she went, the vampires in Twilight are super strong. I was like, what? That's not fucking normal, man. And the second time, also Twilight related, I was talking to the staff, but like, she really wanted to do a streamed wedding with me as one of the big splash, make a big splash things when she went right back to Twitch. And so someone was saying, well, how do we want to frame, the vows and the things? And I was like, we'll just frame it like this. It's like, we have been working together at this for a long time. There's been ups and downs. And then my employee she was like, but is that a compelling love story? And I shrugged and I said, it's still a better love story than Twilight. And Kate overheard that. And she goes, a vampire reference. I was like, what? And those texts of her recalling that situation made it back to the lawyer. And his only response was, I'll add it to the file. That motherfucker was a conniving motherfucker. That dude had his daggers ready, and he was trying to file a motion with the court to disallow me to live at my own home even before the asset division, because I might pose a serious risk to her because she texted him that I might be a vampire. You know what? That reminds me. I'm going to put $10,000 more in the retainer to sue that ex-employee. Give me a second. Earlier today I was saying that like, it feels like things are the best they've ever been in my life across the board. See, it's not like I laid a hand on her. It's not like I was destroying something in the house. It's not like I was making violent statements. No, it was that she suspects me of being a vampire, and the lawyer was trying to twist that into something that was actionable. Apparently took it wrong, water under the bridge. It is water under the bridge, but like, the way you took it wrong was literally the way I prefaced what I said by saying, I don't want you to take it this way. Now you try and tell me that someone who's willing to risk their life for your life is just posturing. And so it shouldn't have mattered what I said, even though I still say that, like, what I said could not have been taken that way unless you're being hyper dishonest about it. You know, like I literally said, I don't want you to take it this way. And then you go, I guess I took it the wrong way, when you literally took it the way I said, don't take it this way. If you actually listen to the words that I'm saying, there's a very specific reason why I'm saying it. It's because I wanted to be able to talk to you and resolve issues. But you kept paving over, you know, what I was saying by saying, no, let's not talk about that. It doesn't matter. You saved my life. And I'm just like, dude, how can me saving your life mean that all of our issues don't need to be resolved? Here's what I said, okay? I said, I don't want you to take it the wrong way because I definitely do not wish that you were not saved. It's just sometimes I wish I wasn't the one who saved your life. You are, okay, I'm just gonna be honest, you're a fucking asshole if you take that any other way. Because I'm saying that I wish it was like, I don't know, a police officer was going by and he saw the guys breaking in and he saved your life. You see, that doesn't say I'm saying I wish you died. What that says is that sometimes I wish you weren't treating me so differently for having done it that way. For you to be like, so you want me to die? It's like, and then for that to escalate to, so you're gonna plot to kill me. It's like, it's the same thing as when like two people are talking about an issue and one has unresolved feelings and the other one says, no, it's resolved. It's like, bro, you're in denial. Because if one person feels like it's not resolved, then it's not resolved. But yeah, Kate, would you like to address the chat? Because I'm down with that explanation. Like, that doesn't chart reality to me. What is your opinion on it, Kate? I'm not okay with you still claiming that you took it the wrong way. No, you... What is wrong with you right now? As you premised, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Why are you talking so fucking weird? I would have preferred that alternative. Yeah, I mean, yes, but I just feel like during our fight, for you to question and say, maybe I do want you killed, is like, okay, that's a whole, like, it's one thing to be like, my husband wishes he didn't save me, which is already established to be untrue and could not be taken that way. But it's like to go from my husband wish he didn't save my life to my husband is plotting to kill me. You have to understand that that is like, that's a whole nother galaxy again. Ironically, the bird did see it all because the birds were flying around my room the night of the incident. They literally saw everything. You stated it in front of as many people as possible, and then you try to calcify it by having your lawyer make sure that he got the clip, and then that very lawyer went and filed something with the court. What were you hoping for him to do with that clip? And I don't feel particularly settled because that tells me that it could happen again. No, I just want to reach a point where it can be resolved. The reason why I know that it was planted to have teeth as a legal maneuver is because she did the same thing with that whole bullshit about how, the contracts that I was coerced into signing. It's like, my fucking God. That has never happened. So you're saying she magically just has psychosis every time she's, trying to legally maneuver for an outcome, huh? Is that the take? It's obvious, right? Like, it's like it was a maneuver. Listen, Kate, I just need your word. Do you want to leave this lingering, or would you like to resolve it? I think I'm gonna go talk to her, but like, I don't really have all that much patience for kind of the way it has been going. I really think that, like, if you go and you make that kind of accusation about someone, first of all, it's kind of just offensive. Secondly, it's very character maligning. And so I don't think you can be tactful and gingerly step away and saying, well, you know, I was in an altered state. No. Yes, that might be true, but you don't get to accuse someone of something like that for no reason. It doesn't matter what state. Would you like to talk about it? I said, would you like to talk about it?
No, I understand you didn't mean that thing. That was just tripping.
Right, but I'm just saying that, like, it's one thing to be like, okay, I misunderstood that even though you explained it, but it's another to then jump further to, oh, I don't know, telling 7,000 people in a very compelling fashion, right, that you think it's very likely that I would do that.
Your argument, you said a lot of stuff you don't mean to the 7,000.
Yeah, but the difference is I didn't accuse you of... It would be like me saying, well, you know what? I noticed that you also want me... like that.
I don't want to be content for you right now. I'm trying to sleep. I'm making...
Yeah, but you came into my chat, so, like, that's moot.
I came to see what you were doing, and then
you commented in my chat.
Can you stop? I said, I came to see what you're doing because you haven't come to bed.
You commented in the chat. I understand what you're saying.
You're ranting about me. It's like, can we not do that?
Because...
And I told you, you were... acting like I was going crazy because I thought you were a vampire. I told you my brain broke at the time. I was not thinking right, and the catalyst for that was that comment, but I understand I misunderstood it. That's all I was saying.
Do you understand that when you say you misunderstood it, it begets everything that I actually said? Like, you took from it exactly what you wanted to take from it.
I didn't, it's because it was very hurtful to me. I took from it, like, the most hurtful thing because I was hurt. Can
you not understand something? Like, it's like, are you disputing the fact that...
You don't argue. I already told you I understand that. You don't have to try to convince me.
I think we can continue to be calm here and just talk about it.
Well, you
like,
can't
I'm not...
calm and then come in here when I'm sleeping with your stream. Like, what?
You came into my stream and commented.
You're just ranting about me, dude. I told you, please stop talking about me all the time for your content. You said you would. Can you stop?
I have absolutely withheld the shit that's actually concerning. Let's just keep it at that. But the things that I'm talking about all happened on stream, and so there's not really that much secret if someone was even around from that time. You understand that, right?
That's not the point.
There's stuff that no one knows.
Using our drama as content.
Oh, that's not the point of it. I feel like you're not understanding it.
Stop! Stop, please! Stop it!
I understand that you're saying that you were seeing what I was up to and you were in stream, but if you want to talk to me about it, let's be honest, you could text me. But you talked to chat because you wanted to...
Can I... You didn't answer me, that's when I went to your stream.
When did you try calling me? Because I was talking and I wasn't...
Then how am I supposed to talk to you? Don't
it's...
say
Can I...
text me.
Okay.
Answer a call.
You keep interrupting me, so, like, do you actually want me to answer the question, or are you just trying to interrupt me? Either's fine, because, like, I don't want to answer something you don't care about.
This is not resolving
I'm gonna explain this.
This is like the last time when you said, "Can I talk to you?" and then you unmuted without telling me.
This is not like that at all. This is not like that at all.
I don't want to do this on stream. Can you stop?
I need to explain something real fast, just so
You
we're.
can do it off stream later.
No, I'm saying this is just so for future reference, okay? Just like how the open the door thing started, because I don't think I did anything wrong. I just said, hey, could you do this thing for me? And then you decided to call in and try to paint a certain picture. You weren't communicating with me, okay? That was to paint a picture and to talk to my chat. That's weird.
I'm not painting any pictures.
I'm not saying, can I finish? Like, at the time, in that instance, you were, correct? There's no way you're going to fucking say no on that one.
What picture was I?
No. Now you wanted to attack the expression. Sure. You were more so communicating to my chat with that statement than to me. And if you want to dispute that, we can listen to what you said, because it wasn't addressed to me.
Stop revisiting old
No, I'm trying to make a point here. My point is that, like, going forward, if you want it to stay off chat or off stream, don't talk about it in chat. Don't call me when I'm streaming, you know, and can I finish? The difference is this, okay? I told you I was on speakerphone because my hands were full and I was trying to do something.
What? You didn't even answer your phone today.
No, not today. I'm saying back then, like, you interrupted me when I was talking about back then. I literally said back then you were talking to my chat because I told you you're on speakerphone because my hands were busy, and you just started talking to my chat. That's my point. I'm saying, like, calling me on stream is fine. That doesn't warrant sharing stuff. But if you call me and I tell you you're on speakerphone and you continue, then that's obviously public record, right? That's in the public at that point. If you type in my chat, it's also same thing. You could, you know, we're pretending like we don't have solutions here, but you could just say, hey, can you check your phone in chat? And then everyone let me know, and I would check. Right? Like, that's the actual solution. To make a long paragraph is always about talking to chat, not to me. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, at that point now, I see you're still talking shit about me. I've asked you not to today. It's like, I'm a little hurt.
It's not
But
talking
it's like,
shit.
I feel like you're literally just saying how I'm crazy because I thought this again. I was not in a right state of mind.
If you had
You don't have
actually,
to keep talking about it.
if you had actually listened to the conversation, I keep saying that we are in the best place ever, but a lot of that is like I'm still nervous about, because I don't know. You never talked to me about, I don't know, how the PTSD stuff is going, for instance. You don't have to talk about it now. I'm just saying, I'll ask and you'll say it's fine. It's like, that's fine. That's your business. But, like, from the vantage point I'm at, it makes it hard for me to know, you know, well, will that stuff happen again? Like, you know, you taking things out of context, you being in an altered state. And if it does, what's my first...
PTSD does not address that. It addresses coping.
I didn't say it does. I didn't say it does. Don't you... Okay. Your altered state was because you were in a emotionally charged state, which is what the PTSD deals with, and it mixed with a chemical state. Right? Like, that's just what happened. And so obviously one half of that is the emotional state, and that's the piece of the puzzle where you don't really talk about, which is fine. That's your right. But, like, my point to chat was sometimes, like, you know...
What do you mean it mixed with a chemical state? What are you fucking talking about? It's all emotional.
The Vyvanse?
That's not my... I'm not a PTSD from...
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No. The emotional state was the PTSD. I'm saying the other thing that also alters your state is the Vyvanse stuff, obviously. It's two separate things I'm listing. Because you asked, why am I talking about the PTSD? I'm saying, it's because it's composed of two different things.
No, it's not! My
Whoa, no, I'm not saying it is. Okay, for the fifth time, I am not saying your PTSD is the cause of, like, or sorry,
See you right now. Please stop.
what?
Every time that you.
Oh, you're gonna trauma bait, right?
No,
Like,
I'm not.
I'm.
Do not stop. Every time you try to come in here and argue with me and put it on the stream.
First of all, stop.
It's making me feel alone and defenseless again.
Can you not understand how you saying this is not helping my PTSD, bro? Your PTSD. Hold on.
I'm alone right now because you're just trying to go out with a bunch of people in your chat. It's not
I'm not even looking at what they're saying.
Coming at me, but it emotionally makes me feel
Oh
alone
my
and
God.
unprotected again. So can you please stop? Please, Nick, stop this.
Oh my God, really?
I'm telling you how I feel.
No. First of all, you can say, I don't want you to do this, or I would like you not to do this. But for you to say, this is not...
You ignore that. I've asked.
Hold on.
No.
No.
Before you ignore
Well,
me.
it's because, you see, you're doing this thing where...
Don't fucking listen to me.
Just for the record, you're talking over me, so I'll just let you go. But, like, you literally 3 times at least...
Please, I'm begging you to stop.
3 times you told me...
Nick, please just stop this. Stop interrogating me.
I'm not interrogating you.
You have the stream in here. Stop.
I'm not asking you a question.
I don't want to be your fucking spectacle content.
I'm not
Stop.
asking you a question. I'm trying to correct something. You said 3 times that I keep asserting that your PTSD is from chemical reasons. I didn't say that, and I don't think that. So let's just clear the air there. I don't think that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that your altered state, meaning you acting different, the thing you yourself referenced. You said that you were in an altered state, that you weren't yourself, right? I'm saying that that is a combination of 2 factors. One being the PTSD, one being the chemical. I'm not weighing in on how much of each is which. That's the statement. I'm using the words that you used, and you're redefining them as we speak. You said the word altered. I didn't. You started with that, and I'm using your term. Is that understandable to you? Are we on the same page now that I'm not saying your PTSD is that? You're confusing the two because you're using words. This is why I knew earlier when you were in my chat, you were saying things that were a little bit too composed. You said altered state. Fine. But now when I say altered state, you think I'm talking about your PTSD? Are you saying the PTSD caused you to lie about me? Because if that's the case, then I feel very offended that you didn't get it resolved earlier. I need you to understand something, okay? I don't feel good in this relationship sometimes. Today, when we were watching, or yesterday, for the record, I'm just standing like 20 feet away. You know what? We're gonna just put some distance. Because I don't even want the fucking, oh my God. I just don't think it's fair to be able to say oh yeah, I mean, I lied about this, I lied about that, but like it's an altered state. You can understand, right? It's like, okay, but can we talk about that it's not true? Or do you think it's true, right? Like saying altered state doesn't say it's true or untrue. It just says, like it's a non secular, right? If you're saying like, oh, this is untrue, it's categorically untrue. I only felt that way because it's an altered state. Sure. But to say, I'm in an altered state, so it's untrue, I'm in an altered state. And it just feels like you're kind of like using it as a plead the fifth. It should never, ever come to that. And if it does come to that, like obviously I think a correction and an apology is warranted. Because it sounds like to me that she still thinks that. You know? Oh yeah, I'm definitely a big piece of shit. Massive turd. Absolutely. I feel like I've learned from this enough that like it's just I get it. Like see like there's like stuff to farm for content, and then there's also just like I just want answers clearly and without reservation. Like even though now it'd be more content for me to get worked up as a relational thing, I'm not going to get worked up. It's like not going to be possible. Because I know that if I get worked up, A, it's easier to paint me as the villain. B, I mean, I'm of the opinion that like I've conducted a lot of this relationship wrong, and I probably should have been way more resolute about a lot of certain boundaries. But I understand that like, it isn't like if you've been doing something another way, you can suddenly be like, you know what? I want to do things a different way. That's jarring for your partner. And so you kind of just have to live with the bed that you've made and, hopefully steer it over time to where you want it to be. But like this is the ridiculous part to me, which is like I feel like what I'm asking for is simple, but she's trying to be stubborn about it. All I want is for her to say, altered state or not, you can say that if you want. I mean, like that's irrelevant. I'm just after the fact that like, and we're agreeing that this is categorically untrue, and there's never been anything to even indicate or hint or imply that this is even a thing. Because I feel like it's like, okay, you're in an altered state, but yes, it's obviously not true. Done. Because the alternative is to say, altered state. It's like, okay, so it's not true? Altered state. But like...
Fuck, I already said that! I said that so many times!
Can you not... Can you not yell at me? I'm asking if you can stop yelling at me.
I already gave you what you wanted. You're actually what you wanted. I already said it in the chat. I said it in person.
You're literally interrupting me.
Stop! All you want to do is fucking milk your fucking content these days. Just stop.
You're literally.
Just go milk your content somewhere else.
You're literally interrupting me mid-point.
Go away and do it somewhere else.
I'm not going to be disrespectful like that. If you want to talk...
You're the one fucking streaming my fucking PTSD! Can you stop? Can you please stop?
Streaming your PTSD. What?
I told you when you come in here with your chat, it makes me feel like
no,
I'm being confronted again.
That was the... No.
That was the...
outsiders. No, that was the first time I've ever heard that. Let's be honest.
You're still doing it though. You don't care then.
I've moved.
Stop! You're the one fucking making it be disrespectful.
See, you're such a pernicious like person with those implications. You made it sound like you've said this in the past.
I'm
No.
telling you now, so please stop. You could say I'm sorry and go, but you don't. You stay here.
I moved.
Waiting for an apology that's not even warranted because I already told you I don't feel that way.
I moved far away, and I'm talking to my chat and.
There, you were still in this room. You were still streaming me. Stop.
Well, because I'm actually hoping that like.
What do you mean hoping? I already told you to begin with. I don't think that.
Can you not see that you interrupted me midway through a sentence, and that's not the only thing I'm talking about?
Oh my God, Nick. Why do you have to do this on stream? If you want to actually talk to me, you can do it off stream.
So when you went to my chat and typed the message, was that?
I tried to call you before.
I can't.
I just wanted you to
I
go
can't.
to bed.
Can I?
God forbid
Okay.
I want a husband instead of a fucking clout chasing streamer. Jeez.
Keep it up, and you'll get neither. Maybe you did say it in the chat, but I did not see that message. And I don't think it's that crazy to...
You did. You read it. You kept finding ways to argue with it. I kept saying it every message, and you just ignore it. All you do is focus on the problems.
The only one I saw was the one that I read. And that one...
Yeah, and I told you I don't think that way anymore.
Well, hey, look, you keep saying...
read that out too.
No, stop. You keep saying... No, the other one was just... Well, if that's what you're saying, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I asked. That one was a one-sentence liner, right? And it ended with you saying, I was in an altered state. And the first half of it didn't say it wasn't true.
Honestly, I don't think that I was in a bad
Yes.
state of mind.
Okay, I'm trying to explain something to you, okay? That you don't think that, and you were in an altered state of mind, it still doesn't say, which, listen to me here, I never said anything that should give a reasonable person, or even, a pretty nervous person, any reason to believe that I would plot. It doesn't make any sense.
Obviously, it doesn't. If I'm thinking logically, my emotions, so at the time,
I'm not talking about logical. I'm saying, look, I didn't do anything at all that would influence someone to think that, whether they're logical or whether they're being, emotional. Maybe if we say that you're being, not yourself and hyper paranoid, in a, kind of uncontrolled state, sure. But I never said anything threatening to you ever.
No, I never said you said anything threatening.
Okay, but just for the record, when you say I could see you plotting to have me killed, that implies that there is that, right?
Well, that part kind of came from when you tried to have me thrown in jail for clotheslining you and saying you want me to rot and laughed in my face.
How the fuck? Okay, first of all, that's me calling the cops, which you've already done on me like 9 times at that point. I still see. This is what I'm talking about. When you say that, you're justifying. You're saying.
I'm not justifying it. You're saying I don't know how I said anything. Well, I mean, like you did say.
So that's you were literally okay. So,
yes.
I look. If you want to resolve this, it's time for you to listen for a second. If I say I never did anything that would make a reasonable person or even an unreasonable person feel this way, and you go, well, you did, call the cops.
Not true. You did
Stop.
feel that
Can you
way,
stop?
But I was
Can you stop?
also just in an altered state too.
Feel what way? I didn't finish my sentence.
That I was in danger at the time, but obviously I don't think that now.
Wait. You see, maybe you're not meaning to do this, but like when you say you feel like you're in danger. I know. I'm trying to. I know. That's not the point I'm making. Can I actually make the point? When you say you feel like you're endangered, but I don't want to clarify, but not from me.
No, at the time it did feel like that. Yes, correct. I'm saying that I feel like that now. And there was
Wait. Oh my God, this is so crazy. So
No,
you,
it's not.
no. So well, let me explain. So you call the cops on me at that point, like probably actually 9 times. Like like them.
Over the course of our life?
No. Like over the course of the fights.
No, I did not.
No,
I
hold on.
said to the
Hold
cops,
on.
It was not even me. It was the
Sure.
cats.
Okay.
It was
Fine.
not even
Okay.
me.
Fine. Like Angelica and people called. Sure. Okay. But like you called the cops a bunch. Yeah.
I don't remember calling
Oh.
it during the fights. No, I know you called it. I know the chat called it. Even like the day that you fucking went to a
Hold on. I'm not even saying if they said, okay, we're coming now. I'm saying, are you actually, this is on stream, dude. Are you actually saying you never called the cops while we're on stream? Are you serious?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Really?
do that. I did that when you were leaving your gate code. Yeah, I called them.
So then that's on stream then.
Sure, but it wasn't me 9 times.
Okay, so let's drop the 9 times. So we agree that you called multiple times while on stream.
I remember.
It's on stream, dude.
I remember once.
Bro, the day they pointed the loaded Glocks in my face,
What are you talking about?
the day when you,
Fortune,
so
envy, jealousy, privilege,
do you remember the day when
secrets, sabotage,
cat people called in and said, which is a lie, that I beat you unconscious with your microphone, and the police came and they put Glocks in my face? You realize that like that day, prior to the chat swatting, you had already called twice on stream.
No, I don't remember that.
So if I show you, then you'll admit that you're wrong?
Sure.
And so when you dial and you start talking to the operator, are you not counting that? Or does that count? Because like, calling the police, like you can be playing a pedantic game here, but it's
I
like,
called once and then they called me back. Them calling me back doesn't count as me calling them. I called once because you were leaking the gate code.
yeah, but you realize that's like, you're wasting resources by calling 911 for that.
secrets, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree.
Either way, before I called the cops on you one time, you had called the cops on me multiple times. Fine. So can I finish the statement before you disagree with it? Even if we only allege that day was one time, there were other days where it happened.
Are you saying on stream I called multiple times?
A mix, right? Like I know some of them were off, but regardless, the point is when I called the cops on you, I was also off stream, right? Later on, I got on stream, but when you clotheslined me, I was off stream because if I was on stream, they would have seen it, right? So obviously, I was also off stream. So like, I don't think you can really say that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So then, either way, it's multiple of your calls versus one of my call. I don't think you have a right to say, well, that made me feel like you might plot to kill me, because it's like if that's all it takes.
If you're saying you want me to rot and you hope I rot in prison, then that mixed with the I wish I didn't save you, and then saying divorce.
Can you not understand? First of all, okay, so see, that's justifying right there. You're saying that because I called the cops and because I made comments about I wish the cops would arrest you that day, that makes you think I would plot to kill you?
All those emotions.
No. See, you're justifying. It's either reasonable or unreasonable.
Yeah, that made me feel that way. Obviously, I don't think.
No, I'm saying I'm not asking you how you felt because we talked about your altered state. I'm saying, do you think that is a reasonable conclusion?
No, I'm not.
Okay. No. You're over-explaining here. I'm just trying to clarify. You're over-explaining. I don't need the explanation. If you say it's unreasonable, I get it. Then we're on the same page. We don't got to keep beating a dead horse. I'm just going to tell you something. It's like when you say, I did this because of that, you have to understand that when you say it that way, everyone listening is going to be like, you have a logical inference between these two things. But what you're actually saying is that it is illogical, but this made me feel.
When I'm talking about it, I mean, I can see how somebody who's been through a traumatic event and hurt by something that their partner said combined with those feelings could think that. But I'm not saying that it is logical to think that. I'm saying I can see how I would get to that point, yes.
I know, I'm just wishing that you could understand that well enough to not chain those two together when we're just kind of touching on it, right? Because you just said, well, of course I feel that way, because it's like, well, hold on. Of course you feel that way. Then you're actually very strongly saying it's a logical thought, even though I know you don't mean that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you use language in a way that benefits you greatly.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying I can see how I would get to that way with my state of mind. I can understand how I might think that, but it is not a logical thing to do.
Stop. You have to understand that the way you're communicating is like, look, maybe you're being genuine here, but it sounds very disingenuous. You just told me that, like, well, of course I understand my illogic. It's like, dude, that's not what I'm saying, asking, and no one's asking that. Of course, even when us ourselves have an illogical thought, of course we understand it. It's our thought. I'm saying that no one else can understand that. And when you tell people that publicly, like, my husband is plotting to have me killed, they're thinking, holy shit, because they're inferencing that you have uncovered some reasons. But in reality, you're saying there's no reasons. I'm just not feeling myself. You see, that most people would just later say, I was way out of line. It was not that. He never gave me indications of that. That's just something, that should not have ever been said. Like, that's how they would say it. They wouldn't say, well, you have to understand that that's justifying it. You just have to stay away from it. Like for instance, the whole hand job thing. Should I be like, well, you know how I could see it? Like, you don't want me to say that. You want me to just say, I trust you, right? And that, you were obviously more in the know than I was. And that's it. You don't want me to sit there and explain why it was reasonable. And so I feel the exact same way, which is that when you sit there and you go to chat and you go, well, he did do these things. It's like, dude, you were justifying it. Because in truth, in a court...
Talk about how crazy I am, then if you don't fucking want me to say why I was crazy.
The point wasn't to talk about you being crazy. It was to dichotomize the fact that we came from a very, 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 very rocky place to a very, 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 very good place. And then that, like, my big concern is that because we don't really talk about your thing, and I don't know if I can or should broach the subject, I don't know what is the chance of, wrong word probably, but recidivism. Like, you feeling that altered state way again. Which I literally brought up other things. Like, when we were at the movie, you looked over at me and you basically started talking about the demon thing. We're watching Zootopia, man.
I was making a joke because those reptilians in the Zootopia. It was literally fucking all about the snakes. It was a joke.
You realize that, like, when you were doing your episode, you also made jokes that made me feel like you weren't actually feeling that way, and then you doubled down, right?
Okay, it was just a joke because they have to go into Antarctica to find the reptilians that are buried under the snow. Alright? Calm down.
You realize that, like, that is a reference that, like, I don't even understand.
Sure, I understand you haven't. You're not on the same fucking conspiracy videos that I've watched and laughed at.
And so when you say that to me like it's like an inside joke, I'm just like,
Sure, you're right. You're not on that same, like, understanding. I got it.
Just for the record, you feel like that shit is true?
No.
Okay.
It's just a popular conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, just for the record, I literally don't look into any of that, because, A, even if it's true, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Can you stop streaming me now?
Sure, my last thing I'm going to say is just that, like, if you want my attention, like, let's be honest here. You can just say, like, hey, I called you. Because you can bet your ass my chat will let me know that. But if you send a long message, they'll also let me know that. And that's just going to be everyone in chat seeing it before I even see it. And so, like...
Okay. I got it.
Okay. Well, I guess good talk.
Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree.
Wish I could say we didn't have a fight for longer, but it has been a very long period. I honestly don't know where that came from. I feel like me talking about stuff that happened on a stream that 7,000 people saw, I don't know if you can call that talking shit. I feel like everyone's seen it, and me not being allowed to talk about it is just for no reason painting, me in a certain light. Because if I'm like, I don't want to talk about that, it's like, of course you don't, you fucking abuser.